Got a couple minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and just say this real quick. Wait, what was I gonna say? Just had it right here on the tip of my tongue. Um. All right, let me get serious. All right. Ooh. All right. Well, I only had a few minutes. So that's what happens when you rush things. When you rush things, your mind doesn't even have the chance to catch up with what you're doing. Your words, the things that you even had planned, don't even go the right way or the way that it's supposed to go. Think about this. If you went to the barbershop, fellas, ladies, if you went to the hairdresser, and the hairdresser is just rushing, they just doing all of this, real quick, is it gonna come out the right way? Now, there are some exceptions. There's some people with really quick hands that are really good at what they do, but I'm talking generally speaking. Is that gonna be a good job? If we were baking a cake or making something that required ingredients, if we're just throwing everything around and just like, oh, I just got a couple minutes. I don't have it's an hour and a half recipe. I got to get this done in 10 minutes. If we think that that's a catastrophe, what do you think about our lives? What are we thinking when we're looking at our lives? Like, I got to get this done right now. If I don't get this done right now, what's going to happen? What really is going to happen? Since we think that we know what's going to happen, if we don't get what we want done right now, it's going to cause for us to be worse off than what we are right now if we rush the process. There's a lot of the times in our lives where we are being impatient with the process that we're in. That's why the Bible talks about let patience have its perfect work. So that way, once you're developing patience, as you develop patience because it's a lifelong process, you won't lack anything. But the minute that you rush and you're impatient and you're all over the place, you're gonna lack a lot of things. First of all, you're gonna lack clarity. You don't even know what you're doing. You don't have a clear vision of what's going on. You're just going on the fly. Like if I sat down and I didn't ask God, what do you want me to talk about in this moment? If I just sat down like I did at the beginning of this video and illustrate at the beginning of this video, yeah, I'm gonna sit there and draw a straight blank like, ooh, I don't know, And that's not sufficient. When God has appointed you to do something, He's giving it to you. It's right in front of you. But what causes for it to become blurred is when we try to put our own twist on it. Like, you know what? This is a little uncomfortable. I'm out of my comfort zone. I'm going to go ahead and push that to the side. I'm going to go back to what I was doing, and I'm going to try to get different results. And we all know what that is when we are trying to get different results doing the same thing over and over again. Insanity. So we need to, in those moments when we feel uncomfortable, it's okay to acknowledge that and say, I don't really feel comfortable with this. And examine why you don't feel comfortable with it. I don't feel comfortable because it's not what I usually do. I usually respond with anger, but now I'm going to show them peace. Oh, I usually am a person that doesn't like to share my story, but I believe that this story will help someone. How can I get more comfortable with what happened to me? What can I do to become a better version of myself? How can I help somebody next to me avoid what happened to me? See, there's a part of patience. So when we think of patience, we think of being patient with other people. We're also needing to be patient with ourselves. Now, what I'm describing is not something that may happen overnight for everyone. You may not be able to jump out of your comfort zone just like that. You may not get it on the first go round. Have patience with yourself. That moment when you stand before a group and you're gulping and that hard lump is in your throat, the butterflies are going crazy in your stomach. Have patience with yourself and call on your help. Your help comes from the Lord. He's there to guide you in those moments. And I'm just using speaking as an example because the number one fear of people is public speaking. And as much as it looks easy, it is a task. Anyone that's ever done it, it's a task. I don't care how many times you do it, it gets a little easier. You get a little more comfortable. You feel a little more at home, but it's still a responsibility. It's a huge responsibility. And in those moments, whenever you're doing something that's outside of your comfort zone, you want to be patient with yourself. But how will you get patience with yourself unless you're in situations that require patience?